Good day everyone, today I will present my student registration system. This system is built by HTML, Bootstrap, PHP, and JavaScript. First I will start with the system demo. This system got 8 input fields. The first is student ID, the data type is the text, and the name, the data type also the text, and the email, the data type is email, and as the data type is number, and a tag for birth, the data type is the tag, and a drop-down list to select the course, and a radio button to select the gender, and a checkbox to select the skill. And after click the submit, it will display installed successfully. So this system will store the info to the local storage first, so we can see it in local storage, and then submit it to the MySQL database. So we refresh, the data type is inserted successfully. And this system also supports a search function. We search by name, and it will display all the info of the student, and also support the delete function. And the user need to confirm delete. It's okay. It will display deleted successfully, and it will delete it. And the database also deleted successfully.
So now look at the code of this file. This system is built by three files, the index.php, handle the front end, and the script.js, and the API.php, handle the back end. So for the index.php, it links to the Bootstrap for the UI design, and the body, it will have an alert. It will display after insert or delete function, and have a form to let the user to key in all the data, and a search button, and a table, HTML table to display the info of the student, and it will link to the script.js. So for the script.javascript file, the first function is the show alert function. So it will display alert message when the user insert or delete either the successfully or failed. Then the insert data, I then collect all the input field and store them inside a JavaScript object. For the skill field, I use an array because it has multiple value, because it is a checkbox. After that, I convert this JSON data into a string using a stringify, because the local storage only can store the string object, and then it will temporarily store in the local storage before it store in MySQL database. Next, I use the fetch API, and the method is post to send the JSON data to the PHP backend. Post is used instead of get because the data is sent in the request body, which is more secure and suitable for the structured data. On the backend PHP, I first configure the database first, and then PHP for the insert function, PHP read the load JSON using PHP.input, and then we will convert it into an associative array using a JSON decode, so each field can be accessed individually. Finally, it will run the SQL command to insert all the info to the MySQL table, and a JSON response will display a alert message either inserted successfully or failed. So for the loop data function, After the user key in the keyboard, it will get the keyboard by source input and then send a request to PHP file by fetch.source. It will get the keyboard and then send the request for the PHP side. It will get the keyboard and then run the SQL command and get the result. It will search in the database. The result from MySQL is converted into an array using MySQL fetch.associate, then encoded into a JSON format and sent back to the front end. Then the front end receives the JSON data. It will loop to a loops by data for each and dynamic display it in a HTML table, ensure the UI always reflect the latest database and the UI is running good. For the delete data function, I first use a conform dialog to prevent accidental deletion. If the user confirm, I use fetch API to send the selected record ID to the PHP backend. This is necessary because the backend needs the ID to identify which record to remove from the database. And on the backend, I retrieve the ID using the get data, the get parameter, and use it in SQL in delete query to remove the specific record from the student table. After executing the query, PHP return a JSON response. Either the delete is successful or not. Finally, on the front end, I will display a alert message and reload the data so the table always reflect the latest database state. That's all for me. Thank you.